voted for that they appreciated the water cut thing, then I think the subscription that I've launched this week will just be right up your street. Because the thing is, it's not like it's quite hard to explain, really. It's not like I'm holding things back from my Instagram audience, my Instagram stories, that I'm holding stuff back that I think super valuable. It's not about being super valuable. It's about it's not about holding things back. It's actually about things that are really niche and getting granular with, that a lot of my audience just, you can see by my engagement that I just get most of the engagement by big lifts and PB lifts and impressive lifts, and I put a lot of effort into the coaching stuff because it's like what I'm passionate about. And I think I suppose like what sets me apart as a coach is like I can explain things in a certain way and help people at scale. But I just got a bit frustrated because these videos that I was making, it was, didn't get quite as good engagement as the other stuff. So I don't go that deep that often, or as often as I'd like. Whereas if you speak to any of the guys that have subscribed already, you'll be able to see that I'm almost just using it as a think tank. I'm like, all the stuff that I've done for 7-8 years, where I've videoed literally every set of every training session that I've ever done, and then analysed them. I'm just documenting some of this and my literal thoughts as they're coming into my head. So yeah, there's going to be stuff there that you'll see me coming across as it happens, and then stuff that might not put out to my usual feed or use with other clients for maybe another year or so, until I'm so confident of the thing that I've tested. So I just think it's just really good, going to be really good value for people who just want to go a little bit deeper. And I understand that a lot of the people on this particular channel just wanted to learn about weight cutting, and I get that. But so I'm speaking mainly to the people who just actually liked the deeper style of content, and actually me going deeper with things, and instead of it just being the shallow bits that I'm thinking is going to be quite interesting for Instagram, almost like filtered, not in a way that it's fake, but in a way that I think, it's going to have more of an appeal to more people, really, because So if you want to go deeper and learn more about training, more about, like, say, advanced tips, like advanced strategy, I've put stuff on there, my exact program that I follow. You'll see, and also you'll see the style that I just make it up as I go along, basically. But I focus on you'll see firsthand how you can get to an elite level by, I suppose, focusing on the macro, focusing on the big things that you're working towards, and then being really flexible in the micro. That's my philosophy, is not being so rigid with what you're doing, and actually just optimize based on opportunities that you get, like what your stuff going on week to week and stuff. So you'll see that firsthand. And since the 1st of August, since the start of August, I've just documented everything that I've done, and I'm actually putting it in a format where, because obviously my weight, the weights that I do will be not relevant for, it's not specific to you, but I'll write the program in a way that, you could steal it as a protocol kind of thing and use it with a client, use it as part of a session or something. Just use it for general inspiration. I don't mean that in terms of how amazing it is, but I mean that in terms of how simple it is. You might see some of the stuff that I do written down and think, you see the stuff on Instagram stories and you think, oh wow, that's an impressive lift. But actually going deeper into the why, that's the end product of like a session that's built in to feed into a big macro cycle that's working back from a goal that you're trying to achieve. So actually seeing that and like how the cogs work towards the big picture, I imagine people find very interesting. And like I say, to reiterate, it's not to hold this stuff back from my main story or my main audience. It's not that at all. It's just there's a lot of stuff that's just niche. And it's a little bit like when, I don't know if anybody agrees with me on this one, give me a like if you, give me a wave if you do. But you know, when you get kind of, when people are putting on their story, when they're cutting weight, for instance, and they're giving us updates with the scales and how much water they've drunk and stuff like that, and I just think, God, it just alienates me, you know, assuming that I'm watching that for that, I don't know, or like say for instance, I get quite a lot of quite a lot of questions in the DMs about like nutrition, about being a vegetarian and not eating meat and stuff. But this isn't something that I generally talk about in my story, because you know, I either get people that are too kind of, they just want to debate about it and just think it's ridiculous and like, oh, why are you doing, why do you do that? And then they get the other end of people like think I'm like part of a cult or something. So I just don't like talking about it, and just going down like little niches and rabbit holes. But if, like, say for instance, that might be something that go a bit deeper in with the subscription, is like, say, nutrition, this is what I do, you know, and actually get a bit more intimate with the questions if people are interested in that, because that's I suppose what I'm saying is that it's niche, it's deeper, it's designed for people who want to be geeky like me, who, you know, very often complicate things a little bit too much, and I have to work out how to, you know, simplify things, so my head don't fall off. But for a lot of people, it is actually entertaining, like how deep I can go on positioning the hands on a sandbag, and how this would change depending on different weights and different contexts and different goals. And you know, it's just my passion, and like it's like all I obsessively think about in my spare time. So it's just like going a little bit deeper on that. Whereas like, say, my stories, it's authentic, real me, but it's like surface level stuff where I don't want to risk alienating people and being can't possibly be strong without me. So yeah, you get people like Tom Butts and Mark Cummins who, you know, make a bit of a brand about it, don't they? Think that, oh yeah, I'm an animal because I'm vegan, woo, like it's a badge of honour or something. I'm like it in, but yeah, just going deeper on things, and also as well, like, I think I'm not sure how many. I think there's 15 that have subscribed straight away. I can't believe, I just genuinely couldn't believe it. So shout out to the people who've subscribed already, and yeah, already, because obviously it was a bit of a gamble doing this, because obviously I've got to make it valuable enough to justify it for the first like 2 or 3 people. But once they're on board and they've paid a paid, then the money is it obviously justifies me putting more into it, and basically allocating more time away from other projects and into this. So that's the beautiful thing about it, and why I'm so excited, is the fact that I've like kind of tested it with this channel in terms of the, you know, how people engaged and responded. I put that water cut thing up, and I thought, there is no way anybody's going to be interested in going granular on this. You done? Oh, done else. going granular and getting deep on this. Like, there's nobody who's really interested in thinking as deeply on me on such, niche topics. But actually, there was, because you guys were genuinely interested in it, and I suppose covering stuff like that nobody has ever covered before, really. And I suppose, like, I'm in a unique position to do this kind of stuff for the Strongman list, because, like, obviously I'm an experienced.
Lie down.
Alex, can you go and train the dog in there? But yeah, from the unique perspective of coaching people and getting results consistently for years. People who followed me have seen all the kind of things I've had to go against. And my first national champion in strongman in 2019. In the weight classes, in the under 90s, and then it was, oh yeah, but your principles won't apply to heavier weight guys, blah 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 blah. The principles won't apply to women. The principles won't, So my whole journey was, like, part of it was actually just proving that, the principles are pretty universal if you're smart with altering the context and stuff. And also to prove it myself as an athlete. Like, I get referred to as, like, I think it's a bit of a joke, really. But it's like, people refer to me as, like, an elite athlete. Like, and I have accepted it a bit more recently, especially after, like, proving it on the big stage against the best people at Chaos recently. But, like, that, I just genuinely, not that being elite is it good, bad, or indifferent, really, but certainly not the be all and end all. But I just wanted to prove myself right in terms of that you can. Like, I wasn't, like I've said before, people who follow me closely, like, I was better at other sports. I was a lot better at rugby, football, tennis when I started compared to strongman and lifting. But I just decided that it was a good fit for my life and my lifestyle. The fact that I could train it year round. It didn't matter that it wasn't very good, because I absolutely loved it. And then I decided that, you know what, I want to be good at it, because I just want to prove the methods work for Joe Blogs as well. Like referring to myself, like, obviously helping these, like, kind of elite people years ago get even better was, like, the first step. But then proving by myself that Joe Blogs can get really good too by applying the similar things. And then obviously I've gone down so many rabbit holes, because, like, I've come across so many problems, because, at the end of the day, I am just an average guy who has had to, I've had to overcome how to move more efficiently. So I've worked with somebody to help me with movement mechanics. My grip's been poor last year, so I've worked on my grip. Now that's good. My deadlift's been poor, so I've worked with, like, some powerlifters in the past. My overhead, I studied weightlifting, got qualified in weightlifting. I opened a weightlifting gym just to learn the principles of getting better at overhead lifting. Now, loads of people think I've got a weightlifting background, but no, it's just something that I learned to fill a hole. And so I think I've got that valuable insight for a lot of people, compared to a lot of people, where I've actually struggling with each step, not only with clients, but actually with myself, especially with coming from the Joe Blogs, not very gifted, or not necessarily, average in terms of genetics. I've overcome all these barriers, and, like, so what I want to do is document it all a little bit a bit deeper. So yeah, that's the goal that I want to do. So I think you can subscribe from this video, or you just go to my home screen, and then you go on the exclusive stuff on there and click on that, and then it'll give you details. And also, like I've said on my story, that if you come and you sign up, give it a go. You can cancel any time. If you just think it's not you're not that getting that much value, or it's not what you thought you signed up for, that's absolutely fine. And also, if anybody's just and they just fancy giving it a go, and then they decide after the first couple of weeks that it's really not for them, cancel, and then just message me, and I'll just give you a refund, no questions asked, no problem. And even that would be helpful, because you could tell me like what I could do to make it more valuable to somebody else in the similar point who's thinking of signing up and giving it a go. So yeah, this is being completely upfront. This is my long-term goal. Actually, is I want to get paid more for making videos, so via Instagram subscription. And I'd like to do the take on new programming clients less, to be honest, because I feel like the opportunity to scale with this stuff is just, and the net effect that I can have on people is going to be so much greater. And I'd love to get paid to do to make videos for you guys, and keep helping the strongman world for free, because that's another passion of mine. When I've done other sports, like when I started off, opportunity was a massive barrier for me. Like I just couldn't afford to travel to get the practice that I needed to get to climb the levels in the other sports that I did. So I don't want cost to be the barrier to people, and I know it sounds maybe contradictory when I'm like putting a subscription service up. But actually, the subscription service, like I'm saying, is going deeper, but it's just going to fund me. The more time I can get that base level of money that I need to get by. But the more time I can save from doing other projects, i.e. like say writing programs and stuff, that's very time consuming. The more time I can allocate to actually keep creating both free content and obviously better quality, deeper paid stuff. So yeah, the other thing is I've got my YouTube monetized now. So again, that's going to be that in an ideal world. That's something that I drive a lot of my time into. I think I can have a greater net effect on the sport by being, I suppose like a content creator in terms of Instagram, longer form stuff via YouTube, and also podcasting. So yeah, I'd love to have you on board and try the subscription. And like I say, there's zero risk, because you can just cancel any time. And if you're not happy with it, like in the first couple of weeks, just cancel, and just message me and I'll give you your money back. No questions asked. So yeah, if you want to go deeper, you want to learn a lot deeper about strongman strategy, advanced coaching methods, stuff that you can apply to clients, stuff that statistically speaking most other people don't think about when they come to a competition. We're knowing now that getting strong isn't enough. Yeah, getting strong is just like getting stronger to me is just like a waste of breath. That's stating the obvious. But the best guys now in all classes are not people who are just strong. They're being smart, logical, intricate with the training. So if you'd like to level up, crack on and subscribe.